to show you guys how to make one of my favorite go-to meals. My name is Anna St. Clair. I am a mother of 4, and as we know, things can get really hectic, and so it's great to have meals that... You're one of my 4, yep. It's great to have those go-to meals that you can throw together when things are crazy.
Can I help you?
Exactly. Kids can help you. I recently was babysitting some kids on top of my own and was able to throw this in the Crock-Pot for my friend so that when she got home, she was able to have a meal ready to go for her. So this is something super easy. I love it. It's something that I make on a regular basis. So I just wanted to show you a few tips and tricks on how to do it really quickly.
Can I put down peppers?
So our first tip for your day is to make sure your cutting board doesn't slide around. So I just take a wet dishcloth and I throw it down underneath of my cutting board or cutting mat. Today I'm using cutting mat. Either one is great. And then before I start prepping my vegetables, I grab either a piece of plastic wrap or one of those Kroger throwaway bags. And I just set it to the side. And that way, when I'm prepping up my vegetables, I have a place to put my trash that's really quick. And then when I'm all done, I just take it, it's full of stuff, throw it right away. And then I don't have to keep making trips and things aren't falling on the floor and all of that. So what we're doing today is chicken fajitas. And you can actually throw this meal into your freezer and make up a whole bunch at once. And then have meals for, a certain amount of time. So what I like to do is I make this meal up, maybe 4 bags, and then I just break it out one a week. And then you can do that once a day with different meals, and then have those ready to go on hand for busy nights. It's such a game changer. It saves so much money not having to go out to eat or grab something processed. It's so much healthier for us. And so even though we're busy, it's great to find ways that you can, prep up your food beforehand and make it easier in the long run for you on those busy nights. So I'm going to show you my chicken trick really quick. I already prepped up my chicken last night because I was making chicken for dinner. And so I was like, okay, this container is really big, so I'm going to prep up my chicken for tomorrow. So while it was half frozen, which is the best way to cut your chicken, when it's half frozen, I just cut it into small-ish strips, okay? So it's about 2 pounds of chicken in this freezer bag, already ready to go, okay? So now I'm going to show you the rest of how to make the recipe. So before I get going on my cutting, I'm going to show you really quick the seasonings that I make. And this is so fun because it's been a game changer for me when I realized what is in a lot of these seasoning mixes. I can make it myself super quick, super easy. So a lot of these seasoning mixes, to get that base of flavor, you're going to use onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. So I'm just going to put a tablespoon of each of those things into my bag here. I'm just going to literally dump it in there. Okay. And then we're going to mix it up later. Okay, and I'm going to throw some salt in here. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of salt.
You don't need that, can you? That's going to be rusty.
And then we're going to do the garlic
powder.
And then I'm going to go ahead and put a tablespoon of pepper. And if you like it hotter, go for it. Like, do more. You can also add chili flakes, pepper flakes, if you like.
What's chili flakes?
Chili flakes? I'll have to show you. But if you want to keep it simple, it's great. Just go ahead and use the pepper. 1 tablespoon. And if you want it really not so spicy, you can put less pepper in it if you are trying to make this for super little kids. So then I am going to mix this up really quick, just with my hands, so there is no dirty dishes. I love it. So I'm going to get that all mixed up there. And then I'm going to add
This is how I would
I'm going to add a little bit of sugar and a little bit of vinegar. And those will help add tenderness and also add flavor. So salt and sugar will enhance flavors. So I'm also just going to put a tablespoon of each of those. I'm going to use coconut sugar for mine, but you can use honey. You can also just use regular sugar, whatever you have on hand. And then I'm going to add in some vinegar here. Here's my little helper. This is William, and he's 5, and he loves helping me in the kitchen. So,
I'm not going to cut that onion up.
Yep, I'm going to cut that onion up here in a minute. So, he is really, really handy with a knife and in the kitchen. So, he is a huge helper, and I love it. So, when we get kids involved in the kitchen, it can be really great for them and us later. Not always in the moment, but, you know, teaching them to cook is really an important skill for them to have.
I actually teach myself.
Right. All right. So I am going to.
I thought I was gonna cut it.
You want to cut it? I'm going to teach you how to cut this, and then we're going to cut this.
I know how to cut peppers.
Okay, but we're going to show everyone else how to cut it too. Okay. So a tip on cutting an onion is we're going to cut both ends off, and then we're going to cut a small slice right here in the side. Another fun tip is if you know, when you cut onions, sometimes you cry, it makes your eyes water. You can add a little bit of vinegar, just pour it onto your onion or onto your cutting mat, and it helps take that out of the air, those chemicals out of the air, and so you don't...
Did you know when you eat it underwater, it doesn't let your eyes water?
Yeah, you can also run your kitchen sink while you're doing this, and it also helps take that out of the air. So there's a few really fun ways to deal with that, and I really like that because I'm sensitive to onions. So once we get that peeled really quick, we're going to cut it in half. It's always great to find your flat cutting surface, okay, so it's not rolling around. So now we're going to slice it like so while I'm holding the ends, okay, and then it's going to come out looking like this, and I'm just going to throw this straight into my freezer bag, okay.
I thought I was going to cut.
Well, I'm going to do the onion, and then we'll do the pepper together, okay? All right, we'll just scoot this over here so you can see William, too, okay? Now I'm going to take my trash and throw it in the bag there. All right, now we're going to talk about peppers. So there's a few fun ways.
I'm going to do the red one.
You want to do the red one? Okay. There's a few fun ways to cut these. I'm going to show you my favorite way that I think is really...
I was going to cut it on the side.
Okay,
here.
let's do it my way so we can show them the right way. First, we're going to put it there because it's not going to roll around as easy that way. Okay. Then we're going to cut it in half like this. Okay. And yours is serrated, so you might have to do a little sawing action there, buddy. Okay. There you go. All right. Now we have 2 halves, and we're going to simply pull out the middle, the core, throw it away. Just kind of knock out those seeds like so, and then we're going to take it, and we're going to slice it. Okay. So it's going to look about that size. It doesn't have to be exact. Just throw it in your bag, because it's going to be cooking for a while. I have a bad spot in the bottom of mine here, so I'm just going to simply cut that little piece out. No biggie. Would you like to cut yours? Okay. You need a different knife, don't you?
I got it.
You got it? Okay. It might be easier with a different knife, though, huh?
I got it.
Okay. If you have a chef's knife or something similar, I tend to gravitate towards those for a job like this. I think it's easier to work with. So I'm going to throw that in there. I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting these up. And then while you're using your chef knife, so this would be a classic chef knife, and this one's a little bit shorter, and either one is similar with the hold. But I just want to show you really quick the most effective way to hold this.
It on this.
Yeah, you want to show him? Very good. Very good. Do you see how his thumb is and the rest of his hand? Here, let's show him on this one because it's a little bit easier to see. Okay, so we hold it here. We put our thumbs on this side. We put our other 3 fingers right underneath of here. And then that way we have more control up here. we can give more precision in our cutting, more weight towards that, and we can cut quicker. And it's a safe way to cut. So it's really great to know some tips and tricks like that. I'm finding most people don't know things like that. I went to college to learn cooking, so I know a few of those kinds of things, and so I love just helping people learn how to, you know, streamline their cooking and get better at, you know, the things that they're already doing and such. So I just wanted to share that quick tip with you. Next thing, while he's finishing that up, this is completely optional, but if you want to add fresh garlic to this, I'm going to show you really quick how to cut that up quickly. So I'm going to take the back of my knife and I'm going to crush it like so.
I'm going to crush it.
You want to crush one?
Yeah.
You can crush these ones and crush it with a bigger knife. Crush it with that knife, okay? So if you can see how it looks now, it's really, really easy to peel the outer shell off. So instead of struggling with all that for a long time, just crush it with the back of your knife. And then go ahead and peel it really quick. And then as far as mincing it, I'm just going to chop it like that.
Is that good?
Yeah, perfect, kid. Good job. Okay, so like I said, totally optional, but just kind of a fun thing to have in your, to know how to do. And, you know, if you decide one day, hey, I want to try to do some fresh garlic, you know, there you go. And we already put our onion powder in, so it's not a huge deal if you don't do this. So I'm just putting a few cloves of garlic in mine. I'm just kind of doing a rough chop. It's not going to matter too much because it's going to get cooked for a while. So, awesome. So now what I'm going to do... This knife back. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bag and I'm going to either put it in the fridge, put it in my Crock-Pot, or put it in my freezer, okay? So this is literally done. From A to Z, it's done. My meal's done. And then, you know, if you want to, you know, cook some rice with it, or, you know, something like that, your meal is completely done. So it's ready to go in the freezer, the Crock-Pot, anything like that. If you want to put it in your Crock-Pot, it's 6 hours on low. And if you have an Instant Pot, it only takes about 30 minutes. So there's so much versatility with this that you can do, and it's such a great and healthy go-to meal. I really enjoyed sharing that with you guys, and I'll see you again soon.